Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for Unearthing Your Breath with Dare to Try and Disabled Sports USA. This is part one of 5 of an adaptive fitness series, and we are thrilled you are able to join us. We are encouraging all participants to show your camera so we can see you and help you #adapt at home together. So don't be shy and click share video in the corner of your screen. Also, check out DSUSA's virtual events page for adaptive fitness activities and use the hashtag #adaptathome to show us how you move. This workout will be recorded and all attendees will be muted to minimize distractions. Now I'd like to turn it over to Dan from Dare to Try to lead us through a nice relaxing breathing session.
Interesting time that we're all kind of going through, and we thought maybe adding some breath work to your lives, if you're new to it or maybe doing it already, just would be beneficial. So yeah, my name's Dan Kahn. I'm one of the co-founders and program director for Dare to Try. We have some other staff members on the call too, Shauna, Ryan, and Carrie. And I'll introduce one of our athletes in a minute. Real quick, just breath work in general. I was introduced to it later on in life. I personally have dealt with anxiety and depression and some pretty bad panic attacks in the morning. So one of my doctors recommended doing breath work to help with panic attacks. So that was my introduction to it, and it's helped me personally through those things. And then, yeah, just kind of took it to another level with this group called XPT, which is Extreme Performance Training. So they use breath work to help relax people, but also bring it into the performance section, such as sports and things like that. Definitely not an expert in the field. I'm definitely I'm a certified coach through it, but just still a student and learning, and it's different for everyone. I want to introduce Dee Pelagi. She's on your screen somewhere in there. She is a Dare to Try development team athlete. She's a stud athlete. She's a climber, things like that. But she uses breath work as well too. So I wanted to introduce you to her, and then maybe Dee, if you could share a little bit about breath work in your life and how you use it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I was introduced to it actually like 10 years ago. I did like a 30-day hot yoga challenge. And it's interesting when you're under harsh environments like cold or hot, where like you actually do breath work enough where like you are actually relaxed in a 100-degree room or like 30-degree water. So yeah, I do it also for anxiety. Normally during panic attacks, so I haven't figured out how to calm myself even to breathe at that time. Also, though, I use the Wim Hof method, and that's honestly because he has videos with it. And so I'll do that especially before runs because my heart rate still skyrockets because I'm still, I don't know, my running blade is just a lot of energy expenditure. So I try to do it especially, or like on the bike. I can use breath work when I'm going through like really hard intervals. I'm doing like deep breaths through my belly and stuff. So that's how I kind of use it daily now. And have used it in the past.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to get into a little bit of breath work. So what I want you guys to do is if you're sitting, just find a comfortable position. During these exercises, you can have your eyes closed or gaze down to the floor. I'll walk you through them. They'll be pretty quick. But there's two things that I want you guys to focus on during these exercises. And the first one is going to be nasal breathing. Okay, so when we inhale and we exhale, we want to be doing it through our nose. Okay, reason for that: nasal breathing is the most efficient way to breathe. Yes, we can do it through our mouth, but our nose is important for a variety of reasons. One, it filters the particles in the air. That's why you have nose hair. It filters all those things out of the air, such as pollen. Two, when you breathe through your nose, it adds moisture to the air that you're breathing in. When you breathe through your mouth, it doesn't, and it causes dry lungs. Okay. Three, your nose actually warms up the air. So if you're outside and it's cold, then your nose will warm up the air to your body temperature before it actually hits the lungs. So when you breathe through your mouth, it doesn't do that as well, and it kind of shocks your system, so it's less efficient. And lastly, your nose produces nitric oxide, which just helps your body absorb oxygen, and also helps with your immune system to fight infection and things like that. Second thing I want you guys to focus on is belly breathing. Okay, so we're going to be, and I'll work with you through the first exercise, but we're going to be breathing through our belly. I want to make sure you guys could see me here. But we're going to be breathing through our belly as opposed to breathing shallow in our chest. Our chest breathing is actually really inefficient. When you breathe through your belly and your belly expands, you actually create this negative pressure to push air down deep into your lungs. And it actually, then all 4 of your lung lobes is going to be taking in the oxygen. That doesn't happen when you're just chest breathing. So what we're going to do is we're going to get started, and I want you to think of those 2 things, nasal breathing and belly breath. So we're going to start with the first sort of technique. We're going to take one hand. You guys could be sitting up. If you're laying down, great. We're going to take one hand and we're going to put it on our chest, just right on the sternum there. And we're going to take our other hand and place it on our belly. Okay, so we're going to use our hands as tools to assess how we're breathing. Okay, now when you take a deep breath in through the nose, your bottom hand should lift, should move forward. Okay, when you take a nice deep belly breath. I'm going to lower my screen a little bit so you guys can see. I'm going to turn, take a nice deep breath, and exhale. So your lower hand should be moving away from your body and then back in. When we take short, shallow breaths in the chest, you're going to see that top hand raise. Okay, so nice deep belly breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. When your normal breathing happens, your top hand shouldn't actually move at all. It should just be your lower hand. But when you take those really deep breaths, you might see your top hand move a little bit, but your bottom hand should actually move out a little bit further and then back in. Take a few more breaths in and out. Look good. All right, so now we're going to move on to the first protocol. So it's similar to what we were just doing there. What I want you guys to do, this is just called a balanced breath. So we're going to keep our hands in that high and low position. And what we're going to do is we're going to inhale through our nose for 5 seconds and then exhale through our nose for 5 seconds. I'll walk you through this count. If 5 seconds seems too much, that's fine. You can lower it down to 4 to 3. We just want you to feel comfortable. So there shouldn't be a hold at all. You should breathe in for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then let out through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going on your own. Slow inhales. And remember, you're driving with your belly. Really focus on what your hands are doing. I like to think of the counting as a way just to bring some mindfulness to the breath and to clear and focus the mind. I'm going to go for 30 more seconds. Good. Stay relaxed. Relax your face. Got 10 more seconds. And end in 3, 2, 1. Nice job. You guys feel pretty relaxed? Good thumbs up. Yeah, it's new. It's new for a lot of people. I think just belly breathing. I think we're used to breathing short breaths into our chest or breathing through our mouth, and it definitely does take some practice and time to really do that naturally over and over again. All right, second protocol I'm gonna introduce you guys to is box breathing. So box breathing adds some holds in there too. So it might feel a little bit uncomfortable. We don't want you guys holding your breath too long, but it's gonna add 2 breath holds in there. So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to think about an imaginary box. So we've got 4 sides to it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna breathe in, say if we use the top of the box, we're gonna breathe in for 3 seconds, get to that corner, and then we're gonna hold our breath for that next side for 3 seconds. Then we're gonna exhale that bottom side of the box for 3 seconds, and then hold again for 3 seconds before we go through the process again, okay? So we're adding those 2 holds in there. Like I said, if 3 seconds is too long and you got to shorten it to 2 seconds, that's fine. Some people actually will, maybe add a second to that if you're comfortable with it. So, all right, so let's get in that nice relaxed position again. Hand on your stomach, hand on your chest. Remember, we're just using our nose to walk through this. All right, we're going to start with an inhale for 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to hold. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Inhale again. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. And hold. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's continue a few rounds on your own. Really think about listening to your breath. I'll be quiet for a few seconds. Really think about the nose is just the vessel that's carrying the oxygen into your lungs. Your belly is the engine that's really driving all of this. So the drive shouldn't happen from your nose. It should be happening right deep in your belly. Go for 15 more seconds. Three, 2, 1. Nice work. All right, I love using the box technique, like before a race. Some of those athletes that are on the call, or even before like a big presentation or work or something like that. What's great about it is nobody knows you're really doing it. You could be there surrounded with a bunch of people and going through these protocols on your own, and no one really sees it. But it's a great way, especially when you have those like pre-race jitters or those pre-presentation jitters, just to really kind of calm and relax the body, and no one really knows you're doing it, which is nice. Last protocol that I'm going to introduce is for bedtime. Do we have anyone out there? You could just raise your hand if you have trouble falling asleep, or maybe you wake up in the middle of the night and then it's hard for you to go back to sleep. Usually I'm okay with falling asleep, but I think during all this, it's been a little bit harder. So we're going to go through a bedtime protocol. So this is going to have it's going to have an inhale, and then it's going to have a longer exhale. Okay, so we're going to inhale for about 5 seconds, and then we're going to exhale for 10. Okay, and then there's going to be a couple holds in there too as well. So I'll walk you guys through this, but this is a great exercise to do right before bed, just to really put your body in that parasympathetic state. So, all right, so let's get our hands back on our chest and our stomach. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in for 5 seconds and then exhale for 10. There's no holds in between. Okay, ready? Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I want you guys to stop. I want you to take a little bit of breath in and a little bit of breath out, and then we're going to hold for 10 seconds. Ready? Breath in, little breath out. Hold for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let it out. Take a deep breath. Nice big breath in and a big breath out, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're going to go back to breathing in for 5. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're going to end there. What you would do now, and we'll send this protocol out, is you would actually go into those longer holds again, and then repeat this cycle. Okay, so it's really going to, the holds are a little bit harder, but it's really going to like create the just that relaxation sensation throughout the body, and kind of help reduce some of that anxiety and stress. But it's something great, like before bed, or like I said, before you, or if you wake up in the middle of the night and have some trouble falling back asleep. So it's almost that time. I want to share one more technique that's great for athletes, real quick. So I know a lot of you may have seen those like nasal strips, those that you wear. Some athletes wear them during competition too. It's a great way to kind of open up those the nasal passage to get breath in. So if we want to breathe through your nose after a long race or competition, and you're really trying to get the the oxygen in, you could take 2 fingers, and what you're going to do is take 2 fingers and put them right next to your nose, like under your eyes, next to your nose, and you're just going to pull downwards a little bit. And what that does, I don't know if you could feel it when you're taking a breath in, it really opens up the nasal passage, so you can actually bring more oxygen into the nose, okay, as opposed to just taking big breaths through the mouth. Okay, so a little tip for those athletes out there that need to get some more oxygen in through the nose. Yeah, 12:51. I'm going to turn it back over to Lily. I hope you guys enjoyed the session. And I think Lily's going to send off these protocols to you so you have reference to them.
Yes, thank you so much, Dan, for leading us through that breathing session. It's the perfect thing that we need right before we start the weekend. So we appreciate you joining us and it being so quick. If you really enjoyed Dan and his workout, he also has virtual cycling and virtual strength and training as seen on the screen. So you can go to www.daretotry.org. We will also have another session next Friday, and it's called Get Your Stretch On, and we're encouraging everyone to join if you're able to. Before we head out, we are just going to see if you guys are able to give us some feedback. We have a survey that we just put into the chat session, and we'd love you to take it and give us some feedback on how we can do better. We hope you have a great weekend, and remember to stay safe, stay active, and stay connected. All right. We will stay on here, but feel free to sign off, take the survey, and have a nice weekend. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.